So there's a part of alignment that nobody really talks about. It's the part where you end up losing everything familiar just to really dive deep and find the truth of who you are, the core depth of who you truly are. And we talk about the beautiful things about alignment. And the truth is, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. It can feel frustrating when it feels like you're the only one that can hear this call and nobody else around you understands what's going on. It can become a very lonely place. So, that's one thing that I wish more people knew about alignment. And on this journey of alignment that I've been on, it's something that I always think about to myself. And this is my first opportunity where I feel like I'm able to actually come out and really speak about it. And hopefully, this video helps you if this is where you are, if you're navigating the part of alignment that feels lonely, because there are definitely lonely parts. And I'm here to offer you some insight and some support. And yeah. So, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Nadine. Thank you so much for joining me for Vlogmas Day 2. I'm so excited to be doing Vlogmas again this year. I am absolutely tired today. Today has been yet another day that didn't go as planned. I do have my notes. That's why I keep looking down just to make sure I don't miss anything. And I'm going to be probably focusing on it a lot more today just because I am so tired and I don't want to lose my train of thought. I went to bed at a late time last night, went to bed very late, and then I just couldn't sleep for whatever reason. I could not sleep. And I contemplated not even doing this video at all. However, I wanted to stay committed to doing Vlogmas, so I had to come on and do this video. So it's another just, sitting, chatting video. And yeah, I hope that it brings value to you today. Just a recap of yesterday's video in case you didn't get a chance to look at it. Uh, I talked a little bit about how chaos can come before order. When you are on this journey of alignment, a lot of times things look real crazy before they start looking better. And sometimes alignment comes with certain relationships changing and shifting. And you end up feeling like maybe you are alone, you're walking alone. And sometimes that comes from others not really understanding the path that you're on, or others trying to derail you from the path that you're on. And it can lead to a season of isolation. And one thing that I want to note here is that as you are moving through alignment, it doesn't necessarily have to be a linear journey, because over the past few years of my life, there's been moments where I've definitely felt that loneliness. And then there's been moments where, you connect with newer people in your life that maybe you hadn't met before. And you get excited because you're like, okay, this feels like this is on the path, on the trajectory to having more fulfillment and being in more aligned connections. And sometimes those connections fizzle out, they fade away You realize that it's not as aligned as you had hoped that it would be, and it can sometimes feel like starting over, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. So, of course, if you did not check out yesterday's video and you are looking for more encouragement, if you are on this path, I definitely recommend that you check it out. I'll definitely link it in the description box below so you can see it. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk about alignment today. The truth about the loneliness that can come with alignment, and have these deeper conversations because it matters and it's not really addressed enough. In my perspective, I don't feel like it's really addressed enough because it's something that nobody told me. Nobody told me. And honestly, I might be a little bit of an anomaly just because I have found just throughout life, I've always kind of been a lone wolf. A lot of times, like, I'm around people and I connect with people on a lot of levels, but sometimes I've been around so many people and there's been so many individuals around me, yet the connection wasn't really there. I didn't necessarily feel connected to them. And there's been other instances where I have been around people where I felt connected to them, and later on it it wasn't as deep as I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So, uh alignment. Alignment is beautiful because alignment often gives us clarity. It also gives us fulfillment. It can give us joy. It can make us feel more grounded in our purpose. But sometimes alignment takes some things away, some things in our life, in our path that we believe may be connected to where we're supposed to be, and the purpose that we're fulfilling in life. And sometimes that means that you end up losing people or moving away from people, or distance happens, relationships fall apart. The thing about alignment, it really demands an honesty from you as a person, because one of the reflections that I've had, especially this year, and I've been really patient with myself in recognizing it, is just some of the things that I would do, some of the habits that I had in the moments where I felt lonely. For example, if you have friends that maybe those friends aren't good for you, and you're trying to stay dedicated to a path or make a promise to yourself, and the moment you start feeling lonely, what do? You call up that friend, you text that friend, even though you know that being around those friends are taking you off your path and derailing you from the deeper purpose that you have. And self-reflection and honesty within ourselves is so important, to recognize the patterns and the habits that we have that is preventing us from attaining the things that we desire in life. It's so important to be locked in with the truth of what we want and what we desire, but also the truth of who we are, the truth of the identity that we are stepping into, the person that we know that we have been destined to be, and being able to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, right? The thing about the in-between season is that even if you've been moving through alignment, it's not like you move through alignment and, well, it can be, but for most people, it's not like you move into alignment and literally in that moment, everything's changed, everything's better. There's an in-between season where you're coming out of life as it was before moving into life as you desire it to be. And the in-between is everything that happens in the middle of these 2 points. And it can be challenging because you're not quite where you need to be, but you can also be tired and exhausted from all the work and the effort that you've been putting in, that it's hard to see the finish line, which can entice you to fall back and to revert to your old ways of being, your old ways of thinking, which obviously delays your progress. One of the things that I know for myself that I found is in the moments when we are navigating this in between, it's easy to revert back, and then we can get frustrated with ourselves, especially when we reconnect with individuals and we realize that we're still misunderstood by them. We are still not seen by them. We are still not valued by them. We are still not appreciated by them. So when we notice these things, when we allow ourselves to put ourselves back in the path of individuals that we know we're not aligned in the first place, and then these emotions come up within us, how are we moving forward from that? Are we accepting and allowing ourselves to go back into these habits of just accepting that type of disrespect, that type of mismanagement of our time, of our value, of who we are as an individual? Or are we noticing it and seeing that as a confirmation that these people are out of alignment with us and moving differently? Really taking our power back and knowing that sometimes staying by ourselves, being alone, is the only remedy for a situation like this. It's the only way for us to truly level up to being exactly who we know we're supposed to be. So that way we can stop entertaining people, places, things, thoughts, habits, and behaviors that are no longer in alignment with our highest and our greatest good. One of the things that I can truly say as I've been reflecting through this year, although there was a lot of ups and downs, and as I've navigated these different situations, I'm grateful for the growth, because I noticed I wasn't necessarily putting myself in the same exact situations. But what I started recognizing is the way things would play out, or like the blind spots that I had, or the habits that I had, and just really calling myself out on it. And it's okay to not be aware of these habits. It's okay to not always be on, because we're human, right? We have those moments where we're like, man, I just really miss my friend. I want to talk to my friend. I want to hang out with this person. Like, we always used to have a good time together. But trust me, once you have been doing that work and leveling up mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, when you get around that person, it ain't even gonna feel the same. You're gonna be sitting there looking like, I should have just stayed at home. It would have been better for me to be by myself than to be here. And from my experience, that's the worst. That sucks the most. So it's really about understanding your truth, recognizing your boundaries, knowing what is necessary and what is essential for you to move ahead and step into that person that you have been working so hard to become. So just being aware of the things that you've outgrown, because honest truth, a lot of times we grow so fast that we're not even noticing the things that we are outgrowing. So one thing that I can truly say is very helpful is self-reflection. And a few ways to do your self-reflection is meditation. Meditation is huge. Just taking 10, 15, 20 minutes a day just to sit with yourself and to reflect. Journaling is another fantastic way to do self-reflection and really just recognize your patterns, recognize the things that you have done that have kept you stuck and kept you stagnant. And this is super important, celebrating your wins. When you notice and you recognize the patterns that you used to have, or the patterns that have kept you stuck, and then you've made that conscious decision to choose alignment, to choose yourself, even if that means loneliness, even if that means trying to figure out something else to do instead of a habit that is leading you back down the path that you don't want to go. that we can celebrate those wins and say, you know what, I'm proud of myself because I've recognized this and I've decided to move differently. I've decided to choose better. I've decided to choose me. Celebrating that will reinforce that positive behavior within your mind, and you'll continue to move in the direction that you desire, even though it's hard, even though you can feel isolated and lonely. And another thing too is once you start recognizing just how important it is for you to choose alignment over everything else, you'll start finding hobbies, skills, and so much more within you that maybe you didn't even realize, or maybe that you had forgotten was there, that really fulfills you and really brings you joy. And it is something to look forward to. So you stop focusing on the loneliness of it all and you start focusing on how expansive it is to be able to tune in to things that really light you up. And the more you tune into things that light you up, the more you're stepping into alignment. And the more you step into alignment, eventually you definitely do start ending up in spaces and places where you're connecting with individuals that are actually in alignment with you, which is fantastic. It's a great feeling. So, one of the things that I recently experienced, like with the type of work that I do, so I did some uh, short distance travel a couple weekends ago, and I got to connect with some of the individuals that I work with that I'd never met, and the vibes were amazing. I got to be around individuals that I literally felt so seen. I was getting so emotional because I was like, wow, to connect with people that see you, that truly see you just as you are, and respect that and value that, and aren't trying to minimize you, aren't trying to take from you, aren't trying to do anything other than see you and acknowledge you and get to know you as the truth of who you are and encourage you just out of pure love. It's a beautiful feeling. And when you feel that, when you experience that, it's hard to go back to being around individuals that don't value you. It's hard. It's hard. And you begin to see why those moments of loneliness were actually a blessing. Even though in the moments of loneliness, it didn't feel like a blessing. But once you start connecting with people that actually value you and see you and respect you and honor you, you're able to appreciate yourself more. You're able to appreciate those moments more. And it's hard to settle for anything less than that, which is what we deserve. Because more than likely, if you're somebody that wants to be seen and heard and valued, you're probably someone who makes other people feel that way. So if that's what you give to other people, then why would you accept less for yourself? Really think about that. When God starts removing access to you from people in your life that you granted access to openly, that really just disregarded you and taken you for granted, it's a blessing, baby. It's truly a blessing. And as difficult and as challenging as it can be in the moment to accept it as a blessing, know that it's a blessing, and know that those moments of loneliness are really an opportunity to get to know yourself deeper, to pour more love into yourself so you can be connected with the individuals that align with that level of love and care that you deserve. So, as you are navigating your journey of alignment, and as you may be feeling lonely, if you are in a space right now where you're feeling lonely, some things to even consider is, who is the person that you know you are? Who is the person that you are becoming? Who is the person that you're stepping into? And think from that perspective. If you are someone who wants to create more happiness in your life, what type of people would that person want to be around? And if the people that you are remembering that you want to be around don't align with the same values, then it doesn't make sense. It's like you're going backwards. And what's the point in that? You've put in all this work. So you have to honor yourself and respect that. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but when you do honor yourself and respect that, you're able to start connecting with more individuals that will honor you and respect you. So one thing that I want to remind you of today, as I'm going to draw this whole video to a close, because I am literally so tired and I feel like I'm rambling, is that loneliness is not punishment. Okay? Loneliness is truly preparation. It's preparing you to be ready for the individuals that are aligned. So when they arrive in your life, you can recognize them. And when they arrive in your life, you'll begin to understand why God allowed you to be alone in those seasons, to cultivate yourself so you can be the type of person that can see that, can honor that, that can respect that, and can reciprocate that to someone who truly sees you, loves you, appreciates you, and values you. So, thank you so much for being here. I hope this video brought you so much value. I'm excited to be doing Vlogmas again. And if you did not catch yesterday's video for Vlogmas Day 1, definitely check it out. I share a little bit more that leads up to here, leads up to this point. And I'm going to drop a question of the day in the first pinned comment, because I did that on yesterday's video and it's like a thing now. So my question is, if you are in a lonely season right now, what is one thing that this lonely season is teaching you? There's someone that may need that inspiration. So definitely go ahead, reply to that question, and let's get these community vibes going. All the other links that you're going to need if you want to connect with me are going to be in the description box as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video. Until next time, I love you.